When choosing between I and me, people often get it wrong, but this is a really easy lesson. I'm going to show you the trick to figure it out. If you've ever been stuck saying a sentence and you don't know whether you should say I or me, all you need to do is forget the other person and think, what would I say if it was just me alone? And that's the one you're going to use. It's really simple. Let me show you. My friend and I, or my friend and me, worked hard. Well, I'm not sure. Should I say my friend and I, or should I say my friend and me? Here's what I'm going to do. Pretend the other person wasn't there. Pretend it was just you. Would you say I worked hard, or would you say me worked hard? And you know it. You know what you would say. You would say I worked hard. Well, it's the same when you add your friend. Now, we have good manners. We should always let other people go first. So we put the other subject first and then ourselves. So my friend goes first and I worked hard. Now, technically, the difference between using I and me is when I is the subject and me is when it's in the predicate, in the verb. So Dad showed how to play tennis. Dad showed I how to play tennis. Dad showed me how to play tennis. Well, in this one, Dad is doing the showing. Dad is the subject and we are part of the predicate. So we're going to use me. Oh, it should be a lowercase m though, pardon me. Okay, last one. Mum told off my brother and me, or my brother and I. Well, let's pretend your brother wasn't there. Let's pretend it was just Mum telling you off. And you would say, Mum told off me, or Mum told me off. So we're still going to use me even when we add our brother back in here. We're going to be polite and let our brother go first, and then we'll go. So Mum told off my brother and me. So there's two ways you can figure out whether you use I or me. In the first and the third, we can just take out the other person and put what we would say if it was just us alone. And the same thing works when we add the other person back in. And on this second one, it's a good example of how we can decide between I and me when we know the difference between being the subject, which is I, when we use I, and when we're part of the predicate, when we're going to use me.